There and welcome to this week's Golf Equipment Q&A. I'm Valerie Melvin, I'm here with Frank Thomas, and this week we're at the TPC in Boston for the Deutsche Bank Championship, part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Now, of course, we never stop trying to help you with your putting. This week's question's from Dennis, and in relation to last week's putting tip, Frank, which basically was, should you die the ball into the hole? Dennis really wanted to know what the optimum speed is to give yourself the best chance to get the ball in the hole, Frank.
Well, two things. You notice that Valerie's grown a little bit since last time. She's almost as taller than I am.
The magic of television.
Dennis, it's a good question, and you know that people say never up, never in. Well, that's a fact. If you try and dive the ball into the hole, you just don't have the control of getting it exactly right each time. So you've got a plus or minus on your distance control. As a result, half of the putts are not going to make it to the hole. And so the recommendation is, based on a lot of studies that have been performed, get the ball to go fast enough to hit the back wall of the cup. That is about the best and optimum speed. That's about 1.5 miles an hour. You cannot go to 3 miles an hour, because when you get up to 3 miles an hour, the ball hit the back of the cup and bounce out. So make sure that the ball is at the optimum speed, about 1.5 miles an hour, hitting the back of the cup. And also you must remember that the last 3 or 4 inches on a breaking putt, the last 3 or 4 inches is when it breaks most. And so don't try and dive it in the hole. The odds are that you're not going to get it in as half as many times as you're going to get it by going at 1.5 miles an hour.
Very good. I hope some of the players are listening to this week, Frank. That could really be quite helpful. Don't leave it short, and make sure it goes in at some pace. Well, next week we'll be back in the putting studio, but until then,
may the frog be with you. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Find your frog at franklyfrog.com. Ribbit.